Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 107 Introduction to 3D Printing in our orientation meeting video. Alrighty, so we'll be running the Introduction to 3D Printing course online asynchronous, and we'll be using this Zoom link every week for a Zoom classroom meeting, and we'll have that meeting on Wednesday, September 20th, starting at 9 a.m. And students are welcome to come into the lab if they would like to work in person. We'll be broadcasting our Zoom classroom meeting from Skokie campus, room P130. With that said, we'll be using this Zoom link and we'll record all the information necessary. But students do not need to attend these classroom meetings. We'll record that information and we'll post that. Students will need a copy of the AutoCAD software. Here's how you can get AutoCAD. You're also welcome to use other softwares like Fusion or SolidWorks. The textbook for the course is 3D Printing, a guide to modeling and prototyping. You can get that book either in the bookstore or on Amazon. And then we have a projects textbook also that will be creating these different projects for 3D printing. We'll put in the calendar of events the announcements. If you have any questions, you can email us using this email link right here in D2L. Here's the instructions for installing AutoCAD. And then if you need additional assistance, we have our student assistance link right here. We've color-coded the course, and so as you look at the information, textbook information is in blue, drawing assignments are in green, and in purple, video assignments, and then red will be tests and quizzes. If we take a look at the content section, and I'm going to need to view this as a student. Overview. In the overview, we have the information about the course. It starts September 20th, it ends December 13th. It's taught by Joe and Al. Here's our contact information if you want to email us, telephone, and that same Zoom link. Textbooks that we'll be using, information about the course, office hours, and weekly Zoom meeting. Continuing down, our table of contents, we have a syllabus. Here's the syllabus for the course. There's no prerequisites for the course. It's an introduction to 3D printing with an emphasis on 3D printing and 3D printed parts. And we'll be using the computer to create three-dimensional models and prepare those for plastic modeling and 3D printing. And so we'll look at analyzing these different functions, being able to create these different projects, develop design objectives, and then be able to create these physical models. And the way that we run the 3D printing is that you can create the models on CAD remotely, you can turn them in, and then we will print them for you, and they're available at the Skokie campus for pickup. And so we'll have a project box with student numbers on it, and students can come in and pick up their completed and graded projects. Other information, academic integrity, outline of topics, and we're basically following from the textbook. Methods of instruction will be online tutorials, textbook readings, 3D printing techniques. Course can be taught face-to-face, online, or hybrid. And we're using something where we're teaching the course online asynchronous, but students do have the ability, if they want to, come in. and that's what they're calling flex. And so that's the next thing for students that are taking things online, where they may want to work remotely for part of the course and then be able to come in and be able to work with the equipment. Here's the textbook information. As far as grading goes, we go 90, 80, 70, 60, and then below. Turn in your projects on time, or you could have a deduction. And if you have any difficulty with the due dates, you can always request an extension. Other course information about getting accessibility, counseling, other things as far as recording and emergency book closures are contained within the syllabus. Alrighty, back to the main content area. And so we have our syllabus and then student version. You can also VPN, and VPN if your CAD software isn't up and running yet. And so we have instructions for VPNing into an Oakton computer here. So if you don't have a computer that has CAD running on it, or if you can't come in, you can use this VPN, virtual private network, and an internet connection to connect to an Oakton computer. And I have a number of instructors and students who use this. It does work quite well. And so you can VPN into an Oakton computer, and what it'll do is it'll allow you to connect to one of the computers on campus. Alrighty, continuing. We have the first few chapters of the textbook here. If you haven't been able to get that yet, you can go ahead and browse those, as well as the first few chapters from the 3D printing projects. Lab 1 will be a do not disturb sign, and so you can put this on your door when you're in a Zoom meeting so that people don't disrupt you while you're attending the course. We have an agenda for the first class, PowerPoint presentation, then information regarding to the 3D printers that we're using, the documentation as far as the lab goes. We'll be creating this lab and the instructions for that. Then we have videos, and so we create a video of how to create the lab, and so here's the videos. And with that, we have the information available for early release. And then our next lab will be creating some of these other CAD models, which we'll 3D print. Back to the main splash page. We're looking forward to getting started with the course. We'll have our first class on September 20th. This is an orientation. If you have any questions, please email us. And we look forward to talking to you online Wednesday the 20th from 9 to 10:30. Al, is there anything else that we want to cover before I end this Zoom meeting?
No, not in my knowledge. You did a great job, Joe. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next Wednesday for our first class meeting.
Alrighty then, I'm going to stop the recording and we'll post it here in the announcements.